welcome to my channel. My name is Elisa Griffith. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Today in this video I'm going to be talking about something that I was diagnosed with early last year and how I've been dealing and coping with that. So early last year I was diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. Doing well. I found out probably 2 months before I had my daughter. Was it life-changing? Oh my gosh, yes, definitely. Because you have to change your diet, you have to change your way of eating, you have to change your way of just everything. But a lot of people think that when you're diabetic, you can't eat anything, you can't drink anything, and I'm here to educate you guys that think that, because it's so not true. There's a lot of different alternatives, but you do not have to deprive yourself and starve yourself. Moderation is key. You just have to know how much sugar and sodium and calories you're consuming a day. Because when I'm in the grocery store, that's all I do. I'm looking on the back of things, how much sugar, how much sodium, calories, carbs. It's quite stressful, but diabetics don't, deprive themselves or anything like that. So, it was a struggle at first. I won't lie. It was definitely hard. Am I coping with it better? Yes. It's once you get the hang of it, because diabetes is, like I said, moderation, a numbers game. You just have to, learn how to cope with it. I think I have, because after having my daughter, well, before I had my daughter, it was just a big wake-up call, for sure. But I'm glad I found out before, to get everything under control. But, my pregnancy was great. I had no issues with labor and delivery, which is a super blessing. My daughter had no issues at all. She came out perfectly healthy and fine. And that's another thing I wanted to say. People who say that diabetic people have really big babies, that's not true, because my daughter, she was 7 pounds and 20 inches long. She was actually a perfectly sized baby. She wasn't too big, she wasn't too small. She came out perfectly healthy. So that's not true. It just depends on the person's body type and how they take care of themselves during the pregnancy. Okay, so that's, just wanted to clear that up, so we're clear on that. But it's a good learning experience. It's type 2 diabetic. It can be stressful some days, but like I said, you can eat normal things. It's just all moderation. It's honestly about, battles. Okay, today I had, for breakfast I had rice. I had, sausage. I had eggs. Okay, so for lunch or dinner, I'm not going to eat rice again because I already had it once. That's kind of like what that is. Not really depriving, but kind of like discipline, So those are things that I do. I also, when I was pregnant, I was taking 3 pills a day, and I was on insulin, injecting myself, just to keep the numbers from getting out of control. And it helped. It did. And obviously they took me off because I did so well. Now I'm just on 2 pills a day. Back to normal. So, anybody who, I will say, with breastfeeding, it did discourage me a little bit, because I thought, because I'm diabetic, that the milk, it kind of delayed the milk from coming in. But no, my milk came in probably a week after I had my daughter. So I was kind of like impatient with the time frame that it came in. But if you're diabetic, you can breastfeed. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't because you're diabetic. Because if they tell you you can't, they're lying. So anybody who says that and who thinks that, don't be discouraged. You can breastfeed. It just depends on the person. Everybody's different. But diabetes does not mean you can't breastfeed. It's perfectly fine. I was just impatient, after it came in. My mind was already set, like, okay, my daughter's gonna be bottle fed. So, yeah. keep your head up. If you think that you can't, don't get discouraged. I would definitely talk to a breastfeeding consultant or anybody that can help you with that, just to, educate yourself some more. Because I probably should have done that, but like I said, I got discouraged. I didn't think. My mind was already set on not doing it, so I just wanted to put that out there, that diabetes has nothing to do with breastfeeding. But I'm coping with it perfectly fine now. I do normal things, I eat normal. Exercising could be better, but like I said, it's diabetics don't, sit here, deprive themselves and say, oh, I can't eat that, I can't have this. You can eat a steak and potatoes, okay? You just have to, how much of it you're eating. So, my daughter, she really helped, because like I said, I found out 2 months before, so it was like, quick, the transition into motherhood. But I'm grateful for that, because it helped get me on track. It helped get my life on track. So don't be discouraged if you find out that you have a disease, if you have diabetes. Just take care of yourself, eat the right things. Make sure you have all the support from your family, because I was in the hospital, I want to say for a week. And my husband, he probably spent the night like every single night when I was in the hospital, never left my side, was super supportive. And it really helps when you have a supportive spouse or partner, because dealing with that is a lot alone by itself. So I had a great support system, and I still do. So, the diabetes don't define who I am. It's helped me cope with my life, and you can still live your life. So I just, want to tell all the people out there who's dealing with, any sickness, diseases, or anything, you could still beat it. You could still get it reversed. You could still live your life. Yes, it's going to change, but that's life, and we just have to sometimes roll with the punches. Alright, guys, I hope this was helpful information for the people who are kind of dealing with that. Thank you for watching.